You did tweet about Ben Carson this morning on the stories that he wrote about in his book.
Well, I think it's a ridiculous situation. I mean, he's talking about the pyramids were made for grain. And if you look at the pyramids, they're solid. I mean, they're solid other than the pyramids were not made for it. But he's talking about that. But more importantly, he's talking about the fact that he wanted to use a hammer use a hammer on his mother's head. He stabbed somebody.
No, he said he almost stabbed somebody. He didn't stab anybody. He said
he tried to stab it.
He tried to stab somebody. It didn't work.
But here's the thing. It's pretty weird. And many other things, throwing bricks at people. Okay. He's trying to justify it. They can't find the people. He's trying to I said, this is the first time in the history of the world where a politician is running on the basis that he tried to stab, and some people are saying he's not credible, okay? The whole thing is ridiculous.
Donald, you got the debate. You got the debate next week. How do you prepare for these debates?
Well, I guess I've been preparing all my life by talking to you many times and by watching your show and watching other shows and reading all of the newspapers and going to the Wharton School of Finance and, doing a lot of different things. I mean, it's really, it's sort of interesting when they say, how do you prepare for a debate? There's so many questions that you can ask.
Right.
You understand that.
Well, most Republican voters want to know, are you the guy to beat Hillary Clinton? Let's face it. Do you really think you can beat Hillary Clinton with all her experience and time in government?
She's done a terrible job, and I think I'm the one to beat. I know one thing. I'm the one that she doesn't want to run against. I'm going to beat her. Now, I haven't focused on her. I focus now on, I have 15 guys. We had 17. We have a total of 15 now. As you saw, in fact, I see it on your screen right now, Trump is number one, easily number one. And a lot of people think, it's, Carson and Trump. Well, it's not. I mean, it's Trump. The New York Times reported inaccurately that Carson is trying to solidify his lead. Except there's only one problem. As you know, because you do the tabulations, I'm easily number one. So it's just inaccurate reporting by the New York Times. I'm so surprised to see that.
All right, final question, because we've been talking about economics. Let me get your take on foreign policy here for a second, Donald, because a lot of discussion around ISIS and around Russia in Syria. What would you do in terms of going head-to-head against Russia now that we know they've invaded Ukraine and now put forces in Syria?
Well, look, in Ukraine, you have to get Europe engaged. Look, we have been fighting the battles of the world for so long, and our country's becoming third world. We owe $19 trillion, et cetera, et cetera. We have to rebuild our country, our infrastructure, Maria. Ukraine is a terrible situation, but you know what? Germany is right there. All these countries are right there. Germany is a behemoth in terms of money and economics, et cetera, et cetera. They don't even, we're the ones that are always up front. Why aren't they more volatile? Why aren't they fighting? Why aren't they saying, we want help? Nobody asks us. We get into all of these things. And nobody knows that they've invaded, by the way. That's another thing. But that's on Ukraine. We have to be asked to help. All of those countries that are surrounding it, they're so quiet. They're so silent. As far as Syria is concerned, I love that Russia is knocking the hell out of ISIS. We think. But Russia doesn't want ISIS. You saw what happened to
ISIS just put a bomb in a plane, apparently.
I know. And it was a Russian plane. So Russia does not want ISIS, and Russia doesn't want ISIS coming into their country. And frankly, the Middle East is a quagmire. Everybody caught, including what was the Soviet Union, when they went into Afghanistan, they became Russia. They went bust, basically, fighting in Afghanistan.
So can you cut the defense budget now?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if Russia wants to drop bombs on ISIS, I'm all for it. These people that are so foolish, and I am the most militaristic person you've ever had on your show, believe me, okay? And we're going to make our military
Why would you say that? Why are you the most militaristic person we've had? I don't understand. We had Lindsey Graham on umpteen times.
Lindsey Graham doesn't know what he's doing, okay? This guy, we'll end up in World War III with Lindsey Graham. He doesn't know what he's doing. The guy is...
Well, how could you say that, Donald? Seriously, he's got incredible experience.
Why do you say that?
He's been on the Senate Foreign Relations.
Look at the great job we've done in Iraq with Lindsey Graham and the thinkers our great thinkers, okay? Lindsey Graham has 0 votes. He goes to South Carolina, where he's from. I have 29, and he has 3. Lindsey Graham is totally discredited as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so I don't want to interrupt you. You were talking about your response. You were talking about your response and how you're going to deal with all of these new foreign issues that we're facing.
One thing,
and new adversaries.
You understand me better than a lot because you've known me for a long time. I'm going to get along with a lot of people that we don't get along with now, and I'm going to get along with them from strength, not from weakness. But if Russia wants to bomb ISIS, I say go ahead, congratulations, enjoy yourselves. We are in a quagmire, and we'll get into another quagmire, and I want to do something about ISIS, and big league. But if somebody else wants to do that, now, what we're doing is talking about Assad in Syria, and Russia wants Assad. We're giving all of this money and all these weapons to so-called rebels. We have no idea who they are. Look what happened with Iraq. Look what happened with Libya.
We're about to take in 100,000 refugees. Good idea?
We should never take in refugees. We don't even know who these people are. We don't know where they're coming from. You look at those migrant lines, and you see all of these young, strong men. This could be the ultimate. It's probably not, but it could be the ultimate Trojan horse.
Unbelievable.
Hey, look, we're going to spend billions of dollars on bringing in, I heard a number the other day, the first time, 250,000 people from Syria, that the migrants, and I have a big heart.
Yeah.
But we can't do it. We just cannot do it.
Donald,
I do think this. We should do a safe zone in Syria, help out with that, and let all the other countries help out. But this migrant situation, for us to take in 250,000 people, we don't know where they are, is crazy.
Well, we got to talk more about that safe zone, because that will require troops. That will require safe zone.